Last one cut off. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time so I don't have to piece them together. Yay. Okay, where was I? Oh, this is good. Okay, so we're talking about choices and free will, basically. Okay. And my angels start. You have notes from Friday? Yeah, I was so excited that I heard you when I'd had a glass of wine or two. I thought part of me shut down with alcohol. I've heard all these psychics who lost their abilities when drinking, so I have really never tried. You always have your abilities, no matter what you ingest. The only difference would be your attitude to what we say and your capacity to focus. Makes sense? That makes sense. Depending on my buzz level, whether a happy or a tired or a pissy buzz. Yes, I get those. Not for a while. Yes, your buzz, as you call it, does take over for and guide your thoughts. Notes. So I was watching the news about someone on death row finally being put to death after over 20 years in prison. I was just curious about your views on crime and punishment for those crimes. You know how I feel. Back to those we were speaking of before. Some people find great pleasure and excitement in doing what is considered wrong or bad. What you call committing a crime goes against most humans' beliefs or ethics. Again, their choice. They act knowing there are punishments involved with their actions. There are always consequences to all actions. In your world, you have human laws and punishments that follow. As with natural laws, human laws must be followed. Back to responsibilities. Those who choose to break your laws choose to suffer the ramifications. If death is the penalty, that is their choice, even though a jury may decide on this outcome. It is ultimately the criminal's choosing, knowing the possible outcome of their unlawful actions. Their true discipline will come after their transition, when they experience the emotions of those harmed due to their hazardous actions. Like karma? Yes, you can call it that, but it is more of an understanding of the true effects they have inflicted on others. Any victim or those connected to the victim, and yes, the victim chose their path as well, usually before coming into this life, but that is another chapter. Okay. Notes? Oh, next. Money. Is it good or bad or just necessary? Money is earthly currency to exchange for necessities, things or worldly goods. It is your reward for work, or occupational duties. It is often a symbol of status, social position, or prestige. With it, or poverty without it, it is neither good nor evil. It just is a necessity in your world. It is considered more good than not. It is an energetic exchange. An exchange for goods or services. It is wonderful to want money if it creates a motivation to better your life and increase your level of joy. Money is a byproduct of joy as well. As is said of your work or career, do what you love and money will follow. The more joy you produce for yourself will, in turn, promote more joy for others. Money is an energetic exchange. You produce joy, become joyful with your work, and your tangible reward is money. This money then allows you to create more joy in your world through material comforts, This is not a bad way to think. It is your purpose, your goal. Joy is the beginning and the end, your birthright. Notes, yes? See, I kind of want to go back to that and get some more info on the joy aspect, the money aspect. I know in sessions it's come up that, you know, they say money is the root of all evil. Love of money is. Wanting it to be better or have it that as a reward. And it's not, again, this has come up, that it's not the only reward for doing well and hard work. And again, not just you don't have to work hard. That's something that I thought was interesting, didn't come up that time. You don't have to bust your ass to earn or to deserve good or more or better or whatever. But it's, again, it's a human necessity. What's more important that they were getting at there is the joy of what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying your career, your work, do something else. Because misery doesn't produce joy. It might produce cash, money. You can pay your bills and deal with your human responsibilities, but it's not the end all be all. After all, what is it? It's paper that doesn't really even, it's really nothing. It's Federal Reserve note, which is nothing. Nothing. And it can be removed easily. So there's a whole lot more to it, especially these days. Okay, my next question. What about the founding fathers of this country? Any info? So when they're talking about my notes, I wrote down a bunch of notes during the week and questions that I've thought about forever. And so many more over the years. I've got so many more. So the founding fathers. Many history books have been written, and we could fill many, many more with plenty of info. We do understand the direction in which you wish us to go. However, you could be more specific. Yet, to give an essential comment, they were, as a whole, very spiritual. These men and women heard their angels. They also had a great respect and trust in God. Many decisions... Oh, I just got goosebumps. Ooh, sorry. Very deeply. Many decisions they made were based on their connection to God. And they keep saying connection to God, not religion. Their lives were built around their love for God. With this reverence came your freedoms. As God created man free, your founders wanted to ensure you stayed this way. As you know, in other countries on earth, people hear us and believe in God, yet they are punished for what they choose to believe. It has been this way in many areas for many millennia. This is how power is won, by control and domination. Your country's founders believed, as God, in individual freedoms and choices. That individuals could and should think for themselves and make decisions based on their desire to please God. These founders believed power over others was not necessary. The only power they sought out was the power of God's love. Let's get another goosies. They were determined to protect their home, country, and each other from those who wished to control them and take their freedom. At the foundation of all actions was the heartfelt desire to keep all men free, as God chose. October 27th. That makes so much sense. So I read over, so even if it's the next day, I go back and read what I had written. That makes so much sense to me. But how do I get others to understand this or even believe it? You cannot make others do or especially believe anything. they must, again, make their own choices and decisions. In the heart of all men, there is a spark of God. It is sensed, yet mostly ignored. Even many who call themselves Christians do not believe in Christ's own words. That's a powerful one. I know lots of those. They may say they believe, yet the actions they take and the words they speak prove otherwise. Again, choices. Not right or wrong, just choices. Many may read our words here and declare you insane, incompetent, ignorant, or just plain evil. None of which is accurate. Well, thanks. I hope I'm not. I'm asking questions. First, there is no evil unless it is chosen. Second, we are furthest from the idea of evil that we know. You can simply choose not to accept those labels. So, again, with the work I do, I get lots of opinions flung at me. But when we go right down to it, it's all choices. Opinion. You can simply choose not to accept those labels. You may pray for others to see your point of view in any situation, but you cannot force them. You know this and speak it frequently to others. So we wanted to reiterate it here. That is why your freedoms are so valuable. You are free to ignore, walk away from, or give in to others' comments or opinions. Yes. Flashing. Coming back.